Welcome back to my channel. It's me, Art, channeling messages from Spirit Infinite Gratitude. Let's do a collective reading. Any and all messages for the collective. The High Priestess in upright position. This is a really good sign, collective. I feel like you know something that is very exclusive, or you have access to information that gives you some sort of advantage in a situation. Spirit, tell me more about the High Priestess in upright, the Seven of Swords in upright position. So there's some sort of warfare, spiritual and or physical, you've managed to escape from, or you are blameless. Spirit, tell me more about the Seven of Swords in upright, the Ace of Swords in reverse. Somebody lied and you know the truth. So because of a lie, there's conflict or there's warfare. But collective, I see you knowing the truth and making a way for yourself to be exempt from this battle. It's like you're blameless. You have nothing to do with it. This has nothing to do with me, is what I'm hearing. Yeah, that's their problem. You know, it's like, I have nothing to do with that. Like, I'm not connected. I'm not affiliated. I'm not associated. You never believed something from the beginning. You never were convinced that something was real when it wasn't. Somebody tried to lie. Somebody tried to portray a false reality on you or on a group of people. And I feel like there's someone or there's a certain collective finding out the truth all of a sudden. But I feel like you've known the truth this whole time, or you saw through the mirage, or you saw through the front or the faking or the acting. You saw through something from the moment it started. From the beginning, you never believed something, or you never were convinced of something. And I feel like you kept this to yourself. And it's coming out now that you were right this whole time. I feel like you let someone think that they got away with something. You let someone think that they were winning. You let someone think that you were going to go along with whatever narrative they were spinning. You kind of just went along with something, and it's coming out now that it's not true. And it's causing like violence. But like I said, collective, you have nothing to do with that violence. You have nothing to do with that warfare or that conflict. Because you kind of stayed to yourself, or you did your own investigating, or you trusted your intuition. You prepared for this. You saw something coming. You knew this person was going to get exposed eventually. You knew the truth was going to come out. Somebody is trying to take back what they said. With the fox here, with the swords in his mouth, I feel like someone's been caught in a lie, and they're trying to take back what they said. And I feel like they might have said too much, or they spewed a couple of lies or multiple lies, or they have dug a very deep hole of misinformation, misleading information. And it's like they're trying to do damage control. They're trying to take back what they said because they're in trouble. They're being confronted. Spirit, tell me more about the Seven of Swords in upright. I I think it's just really important to emphasize, collective, you protected and preserved yourself by trusting your intuition, by not feeding into what this person was saying. Like, you didn't even give it much thought. You just kept preserving yourself, focusing on yourself. It's like, okay, if they're lying and if they're on that kind of time, then I gotta go harder. That's just how it is what I'm getting here. If that's what's going on, it's like I gotta go harder. The 3 of Coins in reverse. I feel like there's a very immature, childish energy that's being almost forced to mature with the 3 of Coins in reverse. Somebody's learning the hard way. Somebody's learning a very hard lesson, and they are not happy about it. They're very angry that they have to change, that they can't lie anymore, that they can't pretend anymore, that they can't go on acting and pretending to be a certain way. It's like if this person tries to act like this or say this again or carry on like this, they would get confronted. And the consequence of them trying to keep something going would be so severe or too severe for them to try this again. This lie, this misleading information. It's like they are in trouble. And it's over. The narrative twisting and spinning is over. The lying is over. The saving face is over. They're not getting any more chances. No one's making any excuses for them. Spirit, tell me more about the 3 of Coins in reverse. They're very humiliated. They're very embarrassed. And they're masking it with anger. Like someone's angry, but really they feel humiliated because they've been exposed for not being genuine, authentic. They're being exposed for being a fake, for being fraudulent in some way, for not being who they say they are. The Ace of Coins and upright. I feel like someone's got a clue what to do now that they've been exposed, what to do now that the truth has come out. They have an idea of how to make the situation right. They don't want to be punished for this. It's a very severe punishment, especially if they try to do this again. The punishment will be very severe. If anything like this were to come out again, the punishment would be very severe. Spirit, tell me more about the Ace of Coins upright. Someone feels like they can do something to help the situation or change it. Or someone's like starting a new path. Someone's trying to take care of themselves, change their life, feel better. Because I feel like somebody was in pain and it was causing this person to act out. I feel like someone was in physical pain. Three of Wands in reverse. And they were desperate. They were desperate to feel good. Someone was desperate to feel good. They did something foolish. Someone was desperate to feel good, so they pretended to be someone they weren't, so that they could fantasize as if they were this kind of person, or they had certain things going for themselves, and they told other people a lie, or they spread misinformation that made them feel better about themselves because people were treating them a certain way and people were accommodating them for certain things, but they weren't honest about what they were going through. They wanted to pretend to be someone else or be something other than what they were. And it's someone who really believed their lie. Someone who is very sick. With the Ace of Coins in upright position, I feel like this person is just now starting their healing journey. This person is just now taking steps forward in their health, mental, physical, emotional, spiritual. But what I'm getting here is that this is physical with the Three of Coins in reverse and the Ace of Coins. Someone has some sort of ailment or an affliction, and they were desperate to feel better. So they lied about something, and people treated them a certain way based off of what they said. And this person really believed their lie. This person really carried on and carried themselves as if it was true, and they were in bliss. This person was blissfully misleading people. I feel like they got addicted to some sort of high, or they got a rise out of convincing people that they were something that they weren't. Some sort of special treatment. This person was seeking some sort of special treatment. They really believed that they deserved this kind of special treatment, or that what they were saying was real. This person had convinced themselves that they were not lying. It was so deep, especially with the Seven of Swords in upright position. This person's lies were so deep and so entangled. They really were convinced that that was their reality. Like, this is real now. All the lies stacked up against each other, on top of each other, convinced this person that, okay, this is actually my life now, or this has become my reality, and it's based on no solid evidence, facts, truths, or experiences. It's something completely fabricated, but they managed to convince themselves that this was now their reality. They managed to convince themselves that something was actually real because of how deep they got into the illusion. They were so invested into the illusion, they didn't see reality anymore. Reality became the illusion. But collective, I feel like you stayed in touch with reality throughout this experience, throughout the situation. So it's like you stuck to yourself and you stayed in touch with reality while this person was living a lie and convincing other people to go along with it. There's a lot of rage. There's a lot of confrontation. There's a lot of warfare. There's a lot of conflict because this person's lies are getting exposed. The truth has come out. And there's angry people who have been misled. They were told this lie. They were convinced that this person needed some sort of special treatment or needed some sort of attention that they didn't deserve, and it was wrong, and they feel violated. People feel humiliated, embarrassed, disrespected. giving this person this kind of treatment, this kind of attention, knowing the truth now. It's disgusting. It's volatile. This person was really desperate to feel better, and they're getting started on their journey of healing. Something has been postponed or delayed because this person's healing has begun, because this truth has been exposed. Somebody is, some sort of relationship, some sort of connection has been postponed or delayed. Some sort of celebration has been postponed or delayed, and it could be an engagement, it could be a wedding, it could be anything, but it's some sort of celebration. It's the Four of Cups in upright position. It's like it's going to happen. It's bound to happen. Right now is not the time. It's not the time. It's not the place right now. You're not ready. Your person's not ready. It's the wrong place at the wrong time. So-and-so just got exposed. All this stuff is coming out. They need to heal. They need to feel better so that they can actually live an authentic life and stop pretending to be someone that they aren't, so they can have a chance at having a real celebration. I feel like this person was pretending to be somebody that they weren't, and it was fulfilling temporarily. But what this person really truly desires is an authentic love, is an authentic, true, real relationship or connection or community. I feel like this person was settling for an illusion of safety, community, friendship, companionship. It's like it was all for saving face. It was all for superficial gain. It was all for temporary fulfillment, pleasure, satisfaction. What's the word? There's a term that I'm looking for. Instant gratification. Somebody was addicted to instant gratification. So much so, they buried themselves underneath a lot of lies, a lot of scams. There's an authentic, true celebration on pause right now, being delayed, being postponed, so that this person can get help. And I feel like the reason why this is coming out is because in order for this celebration to take place, everybody needs to be in reality. Everybody needs to be showing up as themselves and satisfied with who they are genuinely and authentically. And it's like this person needs to heal, or this person needs to feel better, because they're interfering with a celebration. It's the illusion that this person is something or somebody that they aren't, that's interfering with the purity or the sacredness of somebody's celebration. It's like they can't be there in this, like this, in this predicament. Like this can't take place while all of this is coming to the surface, while all of this is being exposed. Somebody's celebration is being postponed and delayed, postponed and or delayed because something needs to be resolved. Some sort of conflict needs to be resolved. Spirit, tell me more about the Four of Cups in upright position. Why is this celebration being postponed and delayed? And it's a beautiful card. Somebody's okay with that. They're like, I don't, somebody is so okay with their engagement being delayed, postponed, pushed back. Some sort of date is being pushed back. Some sort of celebration is being pushed back. And they're so okay with it. Like, I would never want to do this in the midst of all of this chaos. Like, this is supposed to be my moment, or this is supposed to be our moment, and this is really what's happening right now. It's not the right time, and it's not the right place. It's not safe to celebrate. It's not safe to throw this kind of party or have this event. Spirit, tell me more. It's the Knight of Swords and the Eight of Coins in upright position. So although someone's so okay with postponing and delaying things, like, yeah, this is not the right time and the right place, and I am not in a hurry, I'm not in a rush, I would rather things be better off. Maybe not perfect, and who knows, maybe there'll never be a perfect time, but then again, it's very possible that there's a perfect moment in time for some sort of celebration, some sort of event. So although there's this peace with the postponing and the delaying, acceptance of it, there's still rage and pain over this situation. Somebody feels very betrayed. Someone feels very hurt. I feel like this is someone who's been lied to. This is someone whose life has been severely impacted by somebody's illusions of themselves. Somebody had an illusion of themselves, and it severely impacted someone else's life in a very negative way. I'm seeing the Three of Coins and the Eight of Coins here. So someone is walking away, or someone thought that they could walk away from severely destroying or ruining another person's life because they wanted to feel better, or they wanted to feel like they were doing something, or they wanted to feel powerful, or they wanted to act like someone that they weren't. And the reality of the situation is they're the complete opposite of who they portrayed themselves to be. And it is painful for someone else to have to come to terms with that reality, to have to face that reality, while this person tries to just kind of like pretend. After everything that they've done, after the result of it, this person like had the audacity to go on pretending like they were still the ish, or they were still super powerful, or they were still the man or the woman or whoever. After all the destruction, after all the pain that they caused somebody, under the impression or under the illusion that they had good intentions, under the illusion that they were honorable and respectable. It's like the audacity to try to walk away from that situation. There are severe consequences taking place right now. This person is trying to take back what they said, but it's like they're just in trouble. It's like this person is trying to apologize for it. It's so severe. It's so bad. They can't just say, I'm just really sorry. I had a bad night. It's hard for this person to say. They can't just say, I did not sleep well last night, and that I just said that because I was in pain and I wasn't feeling well. Like, no, this is the past 10 years. You've been walking around acting like this and ruining people's lives and trying to get away with it, trying to shut them up, silence them so you can live in your fantasy world. You know, there's jail time. You know, there's consequences. This is what I'm picking up on. This is what I'm channeling. This is an analogy to give you guys of just how severe this person's illusion is It's like they have been living this way for years. They've been this way for years. They can't just say last night was just so rough. I just got upset and I, yelled at you. I lied and, I just kind of wanted to get out of the situation. Like, no, this is more like for the past 10 years, this person has been doing this to people and they are now being held accountable. So this person is so deeply immersed in this delusion of reality. They feel like they can just brush it off. They feel like they can just say, oh, I'm so sorry. It's not that simple. And they wish it was that easy, but it isn't. This person tried it too. They tried to say, oh, what I said last night, oh, I'm sorry. But what about the past week, the past month, the past year, the past 10 years? It's like somebody is just not having it. Whatever little bit of accountability they're taking, it doesn't mean anything. Like this person is hoping like, okay, I owned up to this, that, and the third. Is that enough? Can I go now? And there's just no way out. Like, okay, I acknowledge this person, I acknowledge that person, but I don't want to take accountability for so-and-so and Joe Blow. It doesn't work that way. Like someone wants to just take accountability for bits and pieces of what they did. For whoever's suffering and in pain, who's ever been targeted or feels victimized by this person, help is on the way with the Knight of Swords, the truth. Somebody is coming to untangle somebody who's in pain. The Knight of Swords literally has a sword in his hand, and it's like he's looking at the Eight of Coins. Like he wants to come and help untangle this person. Cut the cords, tell the truth. And it's interesting, it's because I don't feel like the Knight of Swords is the person who lied. This is someone who is very brave, very courageous, and wants the truth to come out about this person. Wants to fix things. It's not because they're responsible. It's not because they did it. It's because their conscience, their morality is driving them to make a situation right. It's like if this person won't do it, he will. Spirit, tell me more about the Nine of Swords and the Eight of Coins and the Four of Cups. Any last messages for the collective? Deep, deep betrayal. Spirit, please clarify the Ten of Wands and the Ten of Swords. And with both these tens coming out, I feel like it's over. Some sort of betrayal, lie, manipulation is over. Somebody's game is over. Somebody's act is over. Infinite gratitude. Thank you, Spirit. Something is over. Something is completely over. This person cannot do this to anyone else ever again. They have been exposed. They are under investigation, and there are very severe consequences being dished out right now. Someone is simply not above the law or not exempt from God's wrath. To take it up a notch, someone just simply cannot escape God's wrath. And they thought they could. They really convinced themselves like they didn't have to respect people's boundaries, respect people's mental health. And they simply cannot escape God's wrath. It's over with. They're being investigated. They're being surveillanced. Severe consequences are being dished out. There is no doing this again. Whatever this person did, whatever they said, whatever they have been saying, whatever they put out there, whatever they portray, it's not believable anymore. It's not working. So whatever bliss or whatever fun they were having, it's over. The High Priestess and Upright in the Four of Cups and Upright really are giving like it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Even though this is very tragic, it's going to be okay. Collective, I feel like because you stayed true to yourself this entire time, you never got swindled into this game, this fantasy world, this illusion. You never got consumed by the instant gratification. You never got addicted to this person's attention or their charisma. You never were intoxicated by this person's illusion. You feel like it's all going to be okay. You're going to be okay. You know the truth. You've had the truth this whole time. You're actually preparing yourself for a celebration. You're actually getting ready to celebrate something that's really important to you. And you're so patient that you're willing to keep a low profile until someone feels better or begins healing. You're patient and willing to keep a low profile or to stay down while people get the help that they need here. It's like you want people to get the help that they need. You don't want to celebrate while there's someone suffering or there's too much suffering going on. It's just not easy or it's not okay. You just don't feel comfortable celebrating anything with like the level of suffering going on. It's just not appropriate to you. And you have no problem keeping a low profile until you feel like it's the right time. I feel like you're confident that, okay, eventually this is going to happen. You're not worried that it'll never happen if you don't do it now. You're not in a rush. There's something here with the Knight of Swords in upright position. someone is just not like a real person. It's like I'm picking up on this energy, and it's almost like, okay, they're healing, or they're just not getting started on their journey, or they want to have a real companionship, they want to have a real relationship, they want to have a real community, and they don't want to do things based on illusions or lies. They don't want to pretend to be somebody that they're not, so that they can impress people, so that they can feel attractive. I'm hearing that's awesome. Like the real thing is awesome. Someone loving you for who you are is awesome. It's nothing like it. It can't be compared to anything else. Someone giving you attention and special treatment because of who you actually are, it's awesome. Versus getting attention and special treatment based off of a complete fabrication. It is not worth it. Someone wants the real thing. Spirit, tell me more about the Nine of Swords and the Four of Cups and the High Priestess in upright position. Help is on the way. What I'm picking up on, collective, I feel like you may be connected to somebody who is like a soldier, or they volunteer, or they help people, and this person is on a mission right now to help balance the scales in a situation, or make something right. This person had to put something on pause, postpone something, delay something, so they could fix some sort of chaos or destruction, or they could help liberate people from this illusion. I feel like you know that this is the right person that you're connecting with, because it's like, okay, this is who they are, or this is their intentions, and they're willing to take accountability where someone else won't or can't. They're willing to do what someone else is responsible for the sake of humanity, for the sake of human life. Like they are an honorable, respectable person, or they're a man of God. Like they truly are a man of God by their deeds and their actions and their intentions. And it's unfortunate that certain things have to be postponed and delayed, but it's necessary. Spirit, one last message for the collective. Can we close this reading? The Nine of Cups and upright. So here's that celebration that was put on pause, that was delayed. And I'm going to be so real with you guys. It looks like the High Priestess and the Nine of Swords finally get to be together. The High Priestess is like doing her thing at home, and then you have the Knight of Swords taking action and being a humanitarian. And then here we have the Nine of Cups, and just like look at the resemblance. And this is another reason why I just really adore this deck. Unbelievable. Like this in the Four of Cups here, the same chalices, or those chalices are being used now. That I feel like collective, you're preparing for some sort of celebration, some sort of union, some sort of event. It's being prepared for you, or you're preparing for it, or there's like some sort of collaborative effort to create some sort of celebration. of union or unity or love here. It's like you do eventually get to have that experience, get to have that moment, but somebody has to make something right. Somebody has to fix something first. Somebody has to do some humanitarian work. This is really gratifying. This is really satisfying to know that that's what this person is doing, and that's where their heart is. The Nine of Cups. There's definitely union here. Collective, if it's been postponed or if it's being postponed or delayed, it doesn't mean it's not happening or that it's not going to happen. You're actually preparing for it. This whole experience is really developing you and your person internally and really adding to the connection and the bond here in a healthy way. Just knowing that all hands are on deck and all this destruction and chaos is being addressed and resolved, and the suffering is being alleviated more and more each day. With the Ten of Wands and the Ten of Swords, something is over. Yes, with the Ten of Wands and the Ten of Swords coming right before the Nine of Cups, it's like something had to end and be completed. Some sort of cycle had to complete itself before there was this union, the Nine of Cups in upright position, before there was this celebration. I don't even like what's coming up here, but it's almost like something had to just die. Something had to end. Something just had to be reborn. Someone had to transform. Something had to completely end. And I want to investigate further what ended before this spread is complete. I really love how it ended, or what I'm picking up here. The Ten of Wands and the Ten of Swords, the truth had to come out and action had to be taken. So once the truth came out, it's like, oh, next, there are actual wounds, physical wounds. There are actual weaponry involved. There are actual damages, injuries resulting from what someone said. That wasn't true. Somebody said something that wasn't true. Somebody was spreading a narrative or a rumor that wasn't true, and it resulted in somebody physically getting hurt. Someone who was innocent physically getting hurt. Someone who is not responsible for what came out of this person's mouth. They got hurt. Someone got hurt that shouldn't have gotten hurt. Collective, I don't know if this is you. With the High Priestess coming out first in upright position, I feel like you saved yourself, if that makes any sense. You didn't allow this person's narrative to harm you, or it didn't harm you. Somebody was lied to. So, terrible, terrible lie. Out of desperation, someone was very desperate. They wanted to feel good. They wanted to feel better. It's over now. I feel like that's what's really important to emphasize, is that it's over now. The truth is out with the Ten of Swords in upright position. There is no repeating this cycle. And with the Ten of Wands in upright position, I feel like action has been taken to complete a cycle or to put a stop to somebody or something. This will never happen again. Collective, I feel like you're being very mature right now. I feel like you're in your power right now as the high priestess in upright position. You're in your power, you're being mature, you're not stepping down from your throne or from your position. You're not being untrue to yourself by allowing this situation to heal and not interfering. Even though it's like, this is kind of putting a wrench in my plans, or this is slowing me down, or I'm not able to celebrate certain things. It's like you're not ungrateful and you don't have an attitude, and you're actually really embracing the process here. But I'm picking up on your person having to go and fix something that they didn't do. And this is kind of like putting distance between you two, or this is causing certain delays in your connection, like taking things to the next level. You guys are maybe distancing yourselves from each other because there's a past situation that needs to be addressed, or somebody needs to do some sort of humanitarian work to alleviate some suffering that they didn't cause. They just can't stand to see it. Someone just can't stand to see someone suffering. And it's not their fault. And they know they can help. They know that they can do something about it. They can tell the truth for someone else who won't. What I'm picking up here is that your person has to tell the truth to somebody who deserves the truth, even though they're not the one who lied. They're telling the truth on someone else's behalf because they are too humiliated, angry, embarrassed, immature, childish to take accountability. And to put an end to some sort of betrayal. And now there's space and there's room and there's time and there's everything that's needed for this union, this celebration to take place. And in the midst of all this chaos, there's still preparation happening for what's to come with the Four of Cups in upright position. It's like we're still preparing ourselves for what it is that we're building, what it is that we're creating, what it is that we're bringing to fruition. We have to address and resolve these issues in order to get to where we want to be. Because we can't dismiss and turn a blind eye to all the suffering that's going on and just